So today we got some time, so we're going to be doing my favorite thing. We're going to be installing some lights, some work lights on all four corners, one up here, one back there, and then on the other side as well. And I got a couple other lights for right underneath there, and one's going to go up under behind the pump. So we'll get those going. And we got some, I forget which size these are. I think they're about 3 inch probably. We got some work lights here. Just LED work lights. Nothing fancy, nothing special. And then if we can, I'm also going to put another work light up under there somewhere. So we can get the drives back here. So all that can get lit up there too. We got a spool of 200 feet of 18 gauge wire, some zip ties and heat shrink, all that good stuff. Got all the tools out. So yeah, we're gonna get going on that. And then, so in this trailer, my first axle and fourth axle, they lift. I have a switch wired up from the previous trailer. That's what this auxiliary line is for, and the work lights as well. So I gotta get into here and figure out which wires are for the lift axles and wire those up to the wire them up to the outlet here, because they're already wired up inside to the to a switch on the inside. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today, putting on some fancy work lights so we can see around this thing. It's really dark. It's a 53-foot quad axle polar tanker. And yeah, at night it's really dark back there. And with my old trailer, I had lights on the back, lit it up pretty good. But right here, where the drives are, and the back end of the tractor here, it's kind of a dark spot. I got some more of those same spotlights, work lights, floodlights. They're a floodlight spotlight combo. I got one here, one up on the other side, and then I've got two in the grill. So with going into farms and fields and whatnot at night, or going in during the day and coming out at night, it makes for a good visibility at night coming in and out of those yards. So we'll start wiring all this stuff up. So catch back with you here in a minute. Okay, update. We got lights here. Wires are ran underneath on the frame rails there. It's kind of dark in there, but the wires running around there. And then we've got another one here on the corner. Everything terminates right there. Red to red, black to black. Pretty simple. And then all of this is going to go all the way up here. It's all going to terminate back of here in this, I believe it's a 6-pin auxiliary connector. But yeah, so we're going to run it all along the existing line, try to make it look as factory as possible, as clean as possible. So yeah, that's the update. Like I said, lights are in, wires being ran, and then I'm going to, before I heat shrink, I got heat shrink on all the connections and heat shrink connectors as well. But before I do that, I'm going to wire everything up to here, and we are going to see if it works. So we'll make sure all the lights come on, and then we'll go back through, heat shrink everything, do final zip ties on this wire, final zip ties and placement on that wire there, and call it good. All right. Okay, so we're in the office. It's now the next day. It's starting to sprinkle outside. If you can kind of tell, we got some raindrops out there. But anyways, so I got everything heat shrinked, all the wires heat shrinked, and I got everything wired up to the front of the trailer. Unfortunately, we had to fix or replace some of the wiring on the tractor side of the 6-pin connector, and that doesn't match up um, with the actual pigtail. So I'm probably just gonna rewire that just so everything matches color wise. Um, I have the wire run up to the dash, and what's in the dash doesn't match what's on the pigtail. So just for ease of simplicity, I'll probably just rewire the tractor side of the pigtail, um, just so all the wires match. But the lights do work. I'll have to get a video of that some other time, or maybe some pictures. But the lights do work. While I was in there on the 6-pin side, I was trying to wire up the drop axles. Not quite sure. There's a white wire, brown wire. There's two of each, so one goes to each axle. Not quite sure which ones go to what. I'll probably just look at one of our other trailers to see how they're wired up and see which one's ground and which one's power. Um, I'm sure that's they're just ground and power. But yeah, so it's starting to sprinkle. So we're gonna shift gears, going from electrical to interior. So I'll flip the camera around here. So we got the little gauge cluster over here. Where that's in the shop, getting a little paint on her, and then I'll probably pop the rest of these gauges out, and then paint this back plate here. We're gonna go with the green and white. We're gonna go this color white, and then um, the surround that goes around everything. That is green already. Let's see. So it's kind of dark in here. You really can't tell. But here we go. Yeah, it's a little better. But anyways, it's a dark green. So we're gonna go with the green and white, to kind of give it that extra touch. Oh, here we go. That's a little better. So yeah, so we're just gonna go with the green and white. I'll probably pull all these gauges out here and run it up to the shop and go hang out in the shop for a little bit and see if we can't get it painted up today. And then also the instrument cluster. We'll paint up the instrument cluster as well. Paint this black part white. We'll tape everything off so the chrome still stays. And then there's a little LCD display and all of the warning lights and whatnot. So we'll make sure to tape all that stuff off and see if we can't switch gears and get her painted up. Still kind of dark, but anyways, you get the picture. It's white. It's white. I eventually want to do the rest of the interior pieces white with green accents. So yeah. So I will be sure to maybe put some pictures in or see if we can get a little clips of painting. So all right, we'll catch back with you later. So got the gauge cluster or the speedometer, tachometer, got that all taped off. Hit it with some 320 grit sandpaper. Then we're gonna hit it with some gray primer and then hit it with some white enamel, fast drying. So, and hopefully it'll come out looking like that one. That's the far left little gauge cluster. Yeah, came out all right.